Welcome, I'm logan23, and you're joining me for an open letter response back to YouTube and their open letter. Let's go ahead and begin. An open letter to our community. Many of you have been frustrated with the lack of communication recently. You're right to be. You deserve to know what's going on. Like many others were upset about the video that was shared last week. Suicide is not a joke, nor should it ever be a driving force for views. As Anna Kana put it perfectly, the body was a person someone loved. You do not walk into suicide forest with a camera and claim mental health awareness. We expect more of the creators who build their community on YouTube, as we're sure you do too. The channel violated our community guidelines. We acted accordingly, and we're looking at further consequences. It's taken us a long time to respond, but we're listening to everything you're saying. We know that the actions of one creator can affect the entire community, so we'll have more to share soon on steps we're taking to ensure a video like this doesn't ever circulate like this again. Long story short, whoever wrote this, one, the tweet and all subsequent tweets should be deleted. 2, should be reprimanded. And 3, should learn a lot of what they said is hypocritical of you. Let's go ahead and get into why. Lack of communication? No, really? So when a person, for instance, does something like this, you might want to, I don't know, have your PR go, holy crap. We're going to have an Adapocalypse 3.0. Cough, cough, you already are. And that was revenue, by the way, since that has been happening. Long story short, communication for us, such as, like when, I don't know, a person gets their video demonetized, and then pretty much people who did the same exact video for other creators, and they don't get their video screwed over. Yeah, communication might be a thing. Also, communication might be a thing when it took you over 24 hours to remove the video. Oh, wait, that wasn't you. That was Logan Paul. He removed his own video on his own accord, and you didn't act accordingly. You didn't really do anything, and you haven't issued a response for over a week. Huh. How were you upset again? Was that by when the video was getting a ton of views and it first started out like this? And the thumbnail was literally, which I will not show, of the guy's face, and it wasn't blurred. And then finally Logan Paul went and he blurred it, and it was still trending, and it had millions and millions of views and millions of likes. And what part were you upset by? Was it upset by the money you were rolling in? Is that what you were upset by? Because you still made the money, regardless if he took down the video or not. You still made the money. He still made the money. Huh. How's that work out? You say suicide is not a joke. I'm glad you have set us all straight. I was hoping to make a bunch of jokes here. You talk about never a driving force for views. Have you really looked at your own company? And the videos that are on YouTube and some of the commentary? Really? Huh. Let me think about this. No. You don't even get to feign that. You don't even get to slight that. You don't get to do shit with that. You have let that be a thing for so long, you don't even have a right now to say anything. Okay? As an individual who put a video up on my channel that was reasons to live and not to be a suicidal and not to go down that route, as a person who has been really depressed, who has been that way, and you screwed that video 3 ways from Sunday? Are you serious right now? But it's perfectly fine right now, even up until this moment, to go and make a joke about suicide. It's okay to have that commentary. It's okay to have that. Huh. That's called being a hypocrite, YouTube. Congratulations. We expect more of the creators who build this community. Guess what, everybody? We're going to throw the creators under the bus. Even though it was our complete and total mishap and our screw-up, we're going to throw all of you under the bus. I hate to tell you this, 99.9% of your creators on YouTube don't break your guidelines. These pretty little policies and all this crap you put up here, even with a little video with horrible animations. Look, hey, we got all these things, and hey, if someone does it, you should flag their video, or you should flag their thumbnail, or flag a comment, or flag a live chat, or flag a channel, or flag a... We want you to do all this. You know, YouTube... Excuse me. Should you not have, I don't know, something to do that? I don't know, something... Oh, Someone suggested a while back how you should VP, kind of like the military does when they're assisted by civilians. They're VP'd, and by doing good. I can think of a few creators on YouTube who have never broken the guidelines, and shouldn't they be exempt from you screwing with them demonetized way? I mean, this isn't the first time one of the Paul brothers did something that ran against the community guidelines and policies and pretty much moral decency. Jake Paul recently did something that broke the community guidelines in and of itself, and did you deal with that, and did you act accordingly? No. And let's not talk about how Logan Paul went over to Japan and completely and utterly, according to the Japanese content creators as well as the Japanese people, that pretty much there's just a handful of comments from them towards you about the situation, and that was just about the suicide tree. We're not even going to go into the comments and the videos of him completely and utterly, I don't know, disrespecting the Japanese people, using hateful speech, using hateful things towards them, being completely disrespectful against them as a people, as a whole, and pretty much anybody and everyone who has watched those videos has pretty much said, this is acceptable? If you were to do this in America, you would be facing, I don't know, criminal charges? But not if you're Logan Paul. Not if you go to a foreign country, and not if you leave before the police department, who, once Logan Paul, gets their hands on Logan Paul. But I digress. It must be a white / Logan Paul / Golden Boy of YouTube kind of thing, right? And that's coming from somebody who's got white skin. Not entirely white. I'm more of a melting pot than Logan Paul, though. That being said, you acted accordingly. That's a joke, right? That's funny. I'm glad you could tell a joke to make us all lighten the mood here. I needed a good little laugh after the week I've had. I really needed a laugh. And you're looking at further consequences. What further consequences? Are you going to call him on the phone and say, hey, Logan Paul, you've earned us a lot of money. We really appreciate it. But what we're going to need you to do is stop it. Don't do something like that again. You're gonna give him a big talking to. You're gonna sit him in a corner. You sure as hell ain't gonna spank him or smack his hand. Clearly, we as content creators as well as the community who have watched you and watched closely, and the national and international community and news have watched you, and not one word until now, a week later, after everything's blown over. Because had you issued a statement the first day, it would have actually made you look good. Had you issued a statement within the first week, would have made you look decent or something other than cowardly. You now, after everyone's blown over, after Trump has become trending on Twitter and all this other crap about whose button's bigger than the other, only now do you want to issue a statement after people have kind of cooled off about it, got cooler heads. But for people like me, nah, I'm still pissed off. I'm especially pissed off of what you did to my channel this week, and I'm kind of irked about the whole situation as a whole, that you're a company that pretty much doesn't stand up for its creators whatsoever. The good ones, not the bad ones. You stand up for the bad ones far more than you stand up for the good ones, and that's sad. That really is sad. You never stood up for the creators during the PewDiePie mess. You never stood up during the Apocalypse for 1 and 2, and this is the current Apocalypse 3, which, do I have to bring back up? And you're not standing up for any of the good content creators. You don't stand up for the ones that don't break your policies. You stand up for the people who do break your policies. This one individual got more attention because of you and your lack of doing your job, which is pretty much the only job you do, because a bot clearly can't do the job worth a damn. You had that one job to do, which you talk about, let's do some steps. We're going to let you share what we're going to do about steps. I don't know. You talk about how, I don't know, in some of your policies, the spam, misleading, and all that, the tags, the titles, the thumbnails, all this to increase views. Really? You had a guy who literally said dead body in his comments, his descriptions, his title, his tags, his everything. And that didn't, at least get a little rear, not even a siren, not even a little red blip on a radar, nothing. Like, you got people who constantly joke about suicide on YouTube. You got people who constantly talk about it on YouTube, and yet you really don't do much to someone. You'll maybe screw over someone's video because you don't really watch it, and back when I did my video, you really didn't have a system. You just screw you. And mine was a positive one. That's amazing to me. That's hypocritical to the extent. That's literally like hypocrisy on a ladder going from heaven to hell. That's how high of hypocrisy is right now with you. And how much of a joke this is. So what steps? Like I said, why don't you go now? And here you go. I got a step for you. I tweeted about and no one really gave a shit because I'm really nobody. People like this that break your guidelines, you put them in a penalty box. You put them on probation, where if they upload a video, it has to be approved by a human being, not a robot. It has to be approved by a human being if they broke community guidelines and policies. Where they have to go and they have to approve that video for it to go live. You got an individual right now who's still trending. That right there, you want to talk about act? And you acted at all, let alone consequences? You know what? I don't know. Let me think about this. He did bad. Bad boy. What we're going to do is we're going to, I don't know, remove your shit from trending for a year, a month. I don't care. Just remove it. It doesn't need to get more views. Because what happens? Let's not kid ourselves, okay? People who go there and they see how horribly crocodile-teared his remorse is. After, hey guys, I wrote up this apology that I talk about myself 26 times. And then I go, hey guys, check out my next video. And then, among all this going on. Then even more backlash because of that, but we're not going to get into that. Then even more backlash because of the disrespectful and horrible, inhumane videos he's done to the Japanese people outside of the suicide forest. And you're going to give this guy more props, and you're going to leave him on trending. I don't know. That might be a consequence. Get the off of trending. How about that? I don't know. What you need to do is you need to go and you need to take good content creators that don't break rules, and you need to VP them so they don't have to go through the demonetized purpose, and then people who actually find their content offensive or whatnot can flag them. Then, like you say here, someone from YouTube and the staff will go and review their video or their thumbnail or their comment or their message or their channel or their playlist. And they'll go and they'll review it. If they didn't break anything, they're not removed from VP. If they did break something and they did do bad, and they did break a community guideline, then they're removed from the VP. They're put back in the pool with people who haven't earned that right. And then no one wants their videos demonetized, so people are going to aim not to break the community guidelines, right? And that means you have less of a pool of people that you have to go through every single day to review their videos, right? Versus, he broke community guidelines, my name's Logan Paul, and now I'm in the naughty chair. I'm in the naughty list. I'm on probation. Like I said, you have an actual human being at your offices review his video and go, no, he shows a dead body. We shouldn't allow that on YouTube now. That's right there what you should do. Congratulations. Mr. Nobody just gave you the solutions and the things you needed to make not just this whole situation better and something that will never ever happen again, but as well as made you look better. You can claim it as your own. I don't give a damn. Just fix YouTube. With that being said, I hope y'all did enjoy the video of this joke. If you want to chat more, follow me, whatever. There's links in the description. I don't like doing videos like this, but this has been something very hot under my collar, very pissing me off, especially as a person who has suffered with crap like this, who I can imagine. Could you imagine being in the lowest point of your life, going and doing what this individual did? Not Logan Paul, but the individual in the forest. And you got some piece of crap who literally comes and exploits you at your lowest possible moment of your life. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine tomorrow, let's just say your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, someone you care about, being in a funeral home? Imagine some piece of shit like this, breaking into the funeral home. Well, we heard it was haunted. Oh, a dead body. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine him going to a morgue, breaking in and going, well, we heard it's haunted, but look, here's some dead bodies, and the morgue employees are just going, get the hell out or we're calling the cops. He wouldn't do this in America. He would be arrested. He would be put in jail. And for the things he's done, in those Japanese videos alone, that man would be serving some jail time right now. So, that's my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. Until next time, folks. Thanks for watching. Peace.